Hello, everyone. A Virgo new moon of being judicious while in action started today. The new moon in Virgo came to its exact position on August 27th at 1:17 a.m. Pacific time, ushering in a new 30-day lunation cycle. It's the ideal time to gather your energies as we step into the next half of the year. It requires us to be practical, judicious, and systematic. In a nutshell, get organized. If one feels things or situations need to be rectified, then now is the time to readjust your work, personal life, and your professional life. This new moon nudges us into our acumen and an examination of the beliefs and inner motivations that make up our attitude and the choices that we make. Harness the energies of the new moon to get us back on track. Just before the new moon, there is a clash between Venus, the planet of love and beauty and abundance, with the erratic and eclectic Uranus. There is also a wild skirmish between the sun, the moon, and the action oriented Mars. Hence, emotions are running all time high and life kind of feels tense. Tempers could be running helter skelter, picking up fights for no rhyme or reason. Once the new moon is at its peak, and especially when it is today in the mutable earth sign of Virgo, this fosters an attention to details and forces you towards practical sensibility. This allows us to hone in on the micro decisions that make up our moments and our days and that ultimately make up our lives. After the new moon, we get an alignment between loving Venus and strict Saturn, which, in all honesty, wants you to speak your truth in matters that have troubled you in the past. So, if you have been having issues regarding relationships which are important to you, be it personal or professional, then now is the time to take them headlong, address them calmly yet firmly. Being aggressive does not pay. New moons are all about new beginnings, so adapt a more congenial attitude in solving issues. Dissolve them or solve them. This is a great time to delve into your finances and get a hard stock of them. Tackle them now, for it's the perfect time to face financial reality. Let your fears dissolve and get financially organized. Let's take a look at the details of this new moon and the 30 days that will follow. The most prominent aspect of this new moon is its position at 4 degrees Virgo, making a direct square to Mars at 4 degree in Gemini. So Mars in Gemini awakens your intellect and innermost intuitiveness. It urges you to take action according to your intellect and your intuitiveness. Your heart can sense and mind can see through any illusion, and clarity is gained for sure. These powerful energies endow an individual with active and forthright mentality. It'll help you to make a note that Mars will actually be spending over 7 months in Gemini because of its upcoming retrograde starting in late October. And as this Virgo new moon triggers Mars, we may get an early feeling and perception of the ideas and the qualities that arise with this future passage. The nature of Gemini's being colors the attitude of Mars and gives impetus to both the helpful and its hindering quality. Remember that the nature of Gemini is dual, so it colors the Mars accordingly, giving impetus to both the helpful and its hindering quality. So one needs to take care and give enough thought, be deliberate while taking any action. Because of this configuration of planets co-joining the new moon, it brings in mental clarity and focus. You're able to focus. Communication skills need to be adept, and you need to articulate your words and be polite yet firm. While taking actions, don't burn your bridges. Mars in Gemini squaring the new moon activates anger, irritability, and one tends to be impulsive in actions. So, the wisdom lies in giving space, introspecting before venturing out to solve, resolve, or dissolve your issues. The new moon is also activating a wonderful, exceptional configuration that offers a more subtle, although all the while helpful. Actually, it complements to the very in your face square from Mars. Now, in this new moon chart, we actually find Jupiter and the Centaur Cariclo in a sextile aspect, both making in conjunct or quincunx aspects to the new moon, creating a very powerful yod formation focused on the sun and moon. Now, Cariclo is classified as a planetary object known as a centaur and represents the feminine counterpart to the more well known archetype of Chiron, the wounded healer. While this astrological archetype is still being researched, what seems to be true is that it represents the healing processes, the inclination to witness and empathize with the other person's pain, and a deep connection to the mystical and unseen realms, awakening our true spirituality, enabling us not only to understand ourselves, but also help to look beyond the explicit and into the implicit. With the Jupiter connection, our beliefs, morals, and sense of faith evolves and becomes more profound. We could start operating consciously and deliberately. Childhood conditioning could give way to our own set of beliefs as we awaken to our inner core and intelligence that is formed as we grow mature. We could start working towards the person we want to be. The Saturn Uranus square that has been present since the beginning of this 2022 had diluted a bit in between during the mid-year period, but is slowly again catching momentum and stirring up back again through the year's end. This aspect is radical and brings far-reaching challenges and changes collectively in society as well as for each of us individually too. It forces us to come out of our shell, explore freedom, and be liberated. You are bound to experience fear and tension before breaking old shackles, but then the price for liberation cannot come cheap. You have to make your choices in order to build your true identity. The choices you make determine your fate, and it's independence versus dependence. If you don't free yourself from the issues you're facing now, then the next opportunity may only be given whenever the same figuration comes next, which will take a number of years from now. So grab the opportunity, utilize the energies now. The universal intelligence is paving way for you. Sure, this evolutionary turning can be tense, trying, and exhausting in its onslaught of unexpected twists and turns. However, when we exercise resilience and persevere, ultimately this archetypical pairing supports us to forge and structure a new sense of confidence within ourselves and help us create our world as we mature and evolve. This Virgo new moon is the time for looking deep within, introspecting, and becoming the person we want to be, carving and giving signature to our identity. This ultimately gives us confidence as we access and get in touch with our true inner self. We can start giving shape to our destiny the way we want and implement the choices we truly feel from within. The more we operate from our authentic self, our energies become so powerful that we are able to operate from a spiritual strength. Harness your own strength. This helps us in attractive opportunities which are designed for us in order to project and reap what is best. The confidence and clarity that we strive to achieve now helps gain clarity, and we are better able to act through our own potentials and talents. This not only helps us to feel liberated, but are also better equipped to do good in the world. So now is the time to become the change that you want to see in your world. So, till my next, stay blessed. But before that, I need to tell you that even I have done my course corrections. Even I have reviewed my potentials and talents. And this new moon, I've started my level 2 of astrological learnings. So, till my next, stay blessed.